Welcome to the Slack on Flicks podcast, everyone. I am your host, film critic, and 16 News Now producer, Benjamin Slack. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode. Well, we are officially into the second week of August now. I cannot believe how far we are into the year already. And our latest two releases that came out this previous weekend made their way to the number 2 spots, prompting the Fantastic Four First Steps to take their first steps down to the number 3 spot domestically. Now, I've already gone through Marvel's First Family's debut in the MCU a couple times, so you can check out any previous podcast episodes or read my full review by going to WNDU.com and clicking on the Entertainment tab. Number 1 sees the director of Barbarian, Zach Krieger's latest installment in the horror genre, Weapons, open with over $42 million in the US against a $38 million budget, which is a great opening start to a greatly made movie on a filmmaking standpoint.
Every other class had all their kids. But Mrs. Gandy's room was totally empty. And you know why? Because the night before, at 2:17 in the morning, every kid woke up, got out of bed, walked downstairs, and into the dark. And they never came back.
Preview just took care of the premise for me. The one thing Weapons has going against it is its length, notably in the second act, where the film not only begins to feel like the middle of a long-distance race, but the plot feels like it's dropped so we could see a character study on interesting individuals that really don't have anything to advance the story forward. However, the opening and final few minutes truly bring the movie back to its intriguing storyline that truly makes you feel uneasy yet entertained at the same time, resulting in a Slacker scale grade of a C+. Now, the body swap category is one of the most popular and overused subgenres in all of comedy, but yet it still manages to give us a captivating story with heart-beating emotion. No other series embodies this more than Freaky Friday. The series was first introduced to the big screen in 1976 with Jodie Foster and Barbara Harris as the mother-daughter duo, who switched bodies after not understanding each other's lives. While it's interesting to see where the franchise started, that's all that this version has really going for it, although it has become a bit of a Disney cult classic in recent years. A made-for-TV version was produced in 1995 with Shelley Long of Cheers fame. This one took some creative liberties that were welcoming, but you could still tell it was stitched together on a low budget. 2003 is when everything changed, not just for the iconic Disney property, but for the body swap genre in general, because Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan's take on the storyline blew up to massive success and lent it to other studios to do their own copycat materials, such as the horror parody Freaky and the raunchy Change-Up. 2003's Freaky Friday is probably the best when it comes to the premise because it embodies all of what the genre is supposed to be about, understanding and appreciating those close to you and how the power of love can be accomplished in the craziest of ways. It also has 2 original banger songs that are still on my Spotify playlist, a well-deserved Slacker scale B+. Now, 22 years later, this version has a sequel that opened up with a box office result domestically at $29 million.
You two are called to be family.
Yeah, right. Don't remind me.
You've walked in each other's path. You learned a lesson that may serve you again. Change the hearts you know are wrong to reach the place where you belong.
Oh my God, what is happening? Okay, it's who am I? It's me. It's Mom. If you're me and I'm you, then who's that? I'm Grandma, sweetheart.
The film is more of a retelling of the original with a few changes here and there. A true legacy sequel, you could say. Anna Coleman is now a mom of her own, and in the same position her own mother, Tess, was in the past, struggling to be a parent to a rebellious daughter and getting married in just 2 days. But history repeats itself in the form of another body swap, but with an added teen duo this time around. While the movie is ultimately good, there's one key issue in there that I myself and various others have been pointing out ever since the premise was announced little more than a year ago, and it has to do with the body swap itself and who it's between. Despite having a bit of a crowded plot structure, the film is still incredibly fun and gives room for laugh-out-loud jokes and performances that manage to make us believe that this event is actually happening. While not as hard-hitting as before, the family themes are still buried deep within and can still be made out. Lindsay Lohan, in an interview with Fandango, summed up the meaning of not only this film, but what all other Freaky Friday adaptations still manage to capture, whether if they're good or bad.
I think it's a beautiful story about mother-daughter relationships, and in this one, it also continues the mother-daughter relationship, but also blended families. And I think it's a beautiful way of seeing how all of these things can work out if you give it a chance.
Freakier Friday allows for its characters to be complex and developed by the end, but the road to get there is caught up in chaotic and repetitive distraction. Nevertheless, it's still entertaining, is nostalgic for fans like me and you, and could make for a good night in, resulting in a slacker scale grade of a C+. Well, thank you guys so much for watching or listening to this episode wherever you guys are. Remember, you can read my full reviews by going to WNDU.com, clicking on the entertainment tab, and clicking anything that says Slack on Flicks. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you all next week.